Well, okay, I already showed you. In that, we have approximately 18,000 acres leased. Wetzel County, the area, it's got 28 square miles. This is only Little Levels District. I'm just talking about Little Levels. Wetzel County, 28 square miles is equal to 17,960 acres. Pretty darn close. Okay? So, how do I take it from there? How do I relate it to Pocahontas County? Well, how I related that, I took the Little Levels Valley, got a Google map, I pulled the wells from Wetzel County map, and I placed it in Little Levels Valley. Now, there's no distinction about who leased and where these are particularly. All I did was lay the overlay onto Little Levels Valley. This is what it would look like at Wetzel County's current development. Wetzel County is going to have more. It's going to be more. So this is just at Wetzel County's current. So that's what it's going to look like. I can leave these around for people who want to see these. This is something you need to see. And if you folks are considering having drilling in your area, you need to go to an area that has drilling and see what all can happen. So there's that. And I thought, well, I'm not the only person in the county. So I took a couple of other areas and took the map. It's to scale. That's 2 miles. And I placed the same Wetzel County well pad configuration on that map. This is the Edray area. Okay. I skipped over Green Bank because I hope to goodness that they leave that alone in the Huntersville area because of the Marcellus Shale being exposed in the Huntersville area. And I went up to, the Boyer-Bartow area, and I did the same thing. Now, this would be 33 wells in each of 3 areas in our county. Okay, so now what does that mean? Well, if all the regulations get passed, and we had all the protections in the world, and nothing went wrong, no wells were destroyed. By the way, I forgot to mention that one man in Wetzel County lost the water in his well. He now has a gas, it's just pure gas, and he keeps it lit most of the time. So there's another thing. Also in Wetzel County, no one drinks their water anymore, and the animals stop drinking the water first. So you can think about that. There's also one farmer named Marty Whiteman. I was told that he I need you to verify this, that there were 20 of his ewes that aborted. And that another neighbor has cows that are losing their hair and have knots on their necks. So, now I can't verify that, but that's what we were told when we were in Wetzel County. So what does this mean? If nothing went wrong, if everything was beautiful and the companies actually did what they say they will do, and the state passed all the nice regulations so that we could have this wonderful, wonderful things, still, water is an issue. If in just the Little Levels district, at the Wetzel County current installations, there are 33 well pads. A well pad can have 1 to 6 wells per pad. So I took the average and would split the middle. So I said, okay, average 3 wells per pad. That's 99 wells in the Little Levels district, applying it to the Little Levels district. Fracking requires, I've read, anywhere from 1 million to 8 million gallons of water. I went on the low side of that to estimate, okay, it takes 3 million gallons of water to frack a well. All right, if you have 99 wells, 3 million gallons of water, that's 297 million gallons of water for just the Little Levels district. Where's it going to come from? Now in Wetzel County, they've sucked water out of the creeks until I guess that was just about going dry, and then they ran a line from the Ohio River 6 miles to this small area of Wetzel County. By the way, this is just a small area of Wetzel County, and so now they're pulling water from the Ohio River. Well, they're going to pull it out of the Greenbrier. They're going to pull it out of our lovely streams. This is actually a picture of Tea Creek. I mean, where are they going to get it? Where's it going to come from? If they don't get it locally, they're going to have to haul it in. Can you imagine how many trucks it takes to haul in 297 million gallons of water? I mean, water is our unifying, it's our unifying topic here. And it's such, you know, one of my colleagues, or former colleagues at school, is a forestry teacher, and he said, we can live without gas, but we can't live without water. We can't live without water. If our water goes, we will lose the value of our properties, which is very high in value, as we all know. We will lose that. We won't be able to sell and leave and go somewhere else. And another thing, if I know a lot of you own your mineral rights, and a lot of people in Wetzel County don't own your mineral rights. A lot of you think that you will have a real say about what they do on your property. Well, that doesn't seem to be the case in stories we've heard. That they come in, they do what they want, you know. So this is just a big warning. You know, it's not that we're trying to take away, we want to take away the rights of the landowner, but I'm sorry, if you ruin my life, then you're dealing with my rights as a property owner. If my neighbor, if there's a well put on my neighbor's property 300 feet from my house, and or God forbid, a compressor station, which never, ever, ever goes away, and its noise is 24/7 with the compressor station, then you're dealing with me, my rights. So, I think I'm finished.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here. Who's our next speaker? Lillian? Oh, she's right here. Okay.
Hi, I'm Luann Katora, and I've been a property owner in Pocahontas County for about 15 years now. And I want to thank the County Commission for being open-minded. I personally don't think we are in a position to take people's property rights away, but as Martin said, these sites are so massive that what happens on one site easily spills over onto another person's property. My family home is in Doddridge County. Doddridge County is second to Harrison County in the number of permits. Wetzel County actually has less permits on file right now than Doddridge and Harrison County.
Ms. Katora, Harrison County is first?
Harrison County, the last I looked on the DEP website.
Doddridge, then Wetzel?
And then Doddridge and then Wetzel.
Thank you.
Just, it changes, you know, depending. So, my family home's in Doddridge County. My family goes back 5 generations there. And one night 2 years ago, my son wanted to go fishing in our favorite fishing hole. Now, this is a place where I watch people being baptized. I brought my children here in the summer to go fishing, swim, and he discovered a frac fluid spill in our creek. This creek is 5 miles upstream from the town of West Union's water treatment intake. The DEP came, and I met them on the banks of this creek. And can I just set these out? Maybe people would like to look at these, pass them around. I asked them, shouldn't you notify the town of West Union? They're 5 miles down the street. The inspector, who is actually the same inspector for Wetzel County, we share him, said, no, he thought it didn't go very far down past our property. Now, it originated, we found, about 1.5 miles upstream from a Marcellus shale gas well. They never found out what happened. There was an extremely long investigation. It's actually documented on the DEP's website because I pushed them from the start, because I said, if you don't know what happened, how do we know this is not going to happen again? This is the same area. The DEP told me that an environmental remediation company was doing the cleanup. The environmental remediation company was the drilling company, and they had never cleaned up anything like this before. They were putting all kinds of stuff in the creek. They were lining the shores of the creek. And I got on the phone and I talked to James Martin. I said, isn't all that lining going to change the pH of my creek drastically? And he says, there won't be any more lining. So, there's a lot of things not in place when these spills take place. It was such an unexpected occurrence. The DEP themselves did not know what to do. This also shows after the cleanup downstream where they said that it didn't go. It was all along the shores, and not only that, you can see embedded in the soil orange marks where it actually had sat there for 3 weeks because the water level had not been that high for 3 weeks. In October, the following October, 2 years ago, I go back. I want to keep an eye on things. I want to see what's going on. There's still oil under the water. There's shiny things floating on the water. I talked to the DEP. DEP doesn't know what it is. I also find fluorescent type of things in the water. Orange gunk on the shores. And at that time, you can see actually great blue heron tracks through this. At the time, the DEP turned me over to their attorney, Jody Jones, to talk to at that point. They didn't want to. They knew that this was a very serious incident, and they wanted to have all their ducks lined up. It wasn't until an article in the Clarksburg Exponent Telegram ran a picture of the orange gel on the front page of their newspaper that the town of West Union actually found out that there had been a spill in their water. They pulled all their records. They found extremely high levels of manganese, iron, and some other contaminants that they were scratching their heads over right around the time that the spill had occurred.